Every man has his techniques, and they're all different. And when you know mine, you'll be dead.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Dead Air Radio. I'm your host, Steve Fletch, here with my co-host, Mitch Hartman. Mitch, how are you doing today?
I'm good, man. That flu kicked my ass last week. It took me down, but I'm back. I'm recovered.
Bird flu.
Whatever it was, it hit me hard, bro. I never get sick like that, and it took me down like days.
I always like hearing you were sick, and I'm not even near you, but I always get that anticipation of like, oh great, I'm gonna end up with this, and I hate being sick. So wasn't fun. Wasn't fun for me either, even though I didn't catch it. But anyway, so we're back here. Mitch, you're gonna run with this episode, and I'm gonna kind of hang out since you know the guest, and I've only just met him, so I'm gonna let you do the introduction.
All right, so this week we have Nick Barba. He is a friend of mine for a long time. Skates for Terror, Planet X. Been on a bunch of trips, done some fun stuff. So Nick's got an interesting story. So I thought there's a couple of different things that are a little different. I think we bring some insight to some people. How you doing, Barba?
Good, man. What's happening?
Oh yeah, psyched you came on.
Yeah, when you were talking about being sick, I was also kind of the same way. I was like, damn, I was just with him. I'm about to like I started like going in the sauna, trying to sweat out whatever I could have potentially had, just trying to get ahead of it, like doubled up on vitamins and shit.
Dude, and then I just saw you did that crazy cold plunge in like a river or something, right? You were in the Poconos?
Yeah, it was in the Poconos, yeah.
Dude, he literally like had cut a hole in a frozen river and climbed in.
Yeah, that one was tough though. Like I've done that before and just like dropped a rock on it and it was just like mellow. But it took like 2.5 hours to get through that ice. Cause like we're at an Airbnb. I didn't like have tools to use. They had a garage, but I couldn't get in there. So we just like grabbed these giant rocks and then like the rocks finally got through and I had to just keep like, ended up being like 3 feet deep. Like it was not really enough. So we had to like shimmy our way to get like actually under. So it was like slow pain. It sucked.
Oh, yeah.
Rather than
That's gotta suck. Cause I know even like I hate swimming and I can't swim, but I hate being in the water. And I live in a beach town. But like going into the water and it's like I just can't get myself to go all the way in. So I'm like going up to my waist and it sucks. And I'm just like the water's fucking cold. And this is like in the summer. I just hate the water.
Yeah, meanwhile, it's like the middle
it's like
of
torture
February.
like that. Like I'm just going in gradually. I'm like, this is horrible. It's like just fucking jump in and I won't do it. So I can only imagine with subarctic temperatures and not fun.
Yeah.
How long are you in there for that?
I tried to do at least a minute every time, at least.
And you got in like multiple times?
Yeah. We were there Saturday and Sunday, so I just did both days. But Saturday was like the day we had to like actually work to get this. I'm like, why am I doing this? Like from the shit I used to do to now, I'm like fucking like killing myself just to put a hole in this lake to try to, I don't know, feel better.
What is that for? Like medicinal purposes?
So for me, it started with like just recovery purposes. Like I was just trying to not hurt for as long as I was hurting. But I guess like a side bonus to that was like now I'm not as sensitive to cold weather. Like if it's like 25 degrees out, I'm like, oh dude, it's mellow. It's okay. Like I'm not such a bitch in like cold weather anymore. Like I'm able to get out and just be fine. So I was like, if this is all I get out of this, I'll take it. Like I can get out and skate more and not like just walk outside and have it smack me in the face and hate it.
That's a bonus.
Yeah, we were talking about all this on the way to DC, 2 weeks ago. We were saying how we need to get Angel to do one just to do it, just to see how he reacts.
Yeah. I don't really care about how he's healing. I just want to watch that. I just want to experience. I want to experience him experiencing that.
I just want to watch him suffer.
I won't even have to watch it. Really, just hearing it alone will be great.
I guess like where did you first get into skating?
It was in Raleigh, North Carolina. I was born in Delaware. I don't remember being in Delaware, but I was. We immediately moved to Raleigh, and I was like playing basketball, baseball. There was like just normal things.
Kid shit.
And then like I just found myself like every time I was like on a team, baseball team, basketball team, I would just like my anger would fucking get out of like I would end up getting in fights on the baseball field, basketball field, whatever. Cause like even with like my own teammates, just cause I was like, you guys fucking suck. Like, and most of the time it probably was my fault. I just like, I wasn't good with the team stuff. And there was like a kid in my neighborhood skating and I just thought it looked cool. And he was just like on his own doing it. So I was like, I'll try that. And like actually my neighbor, his dad, like built all these ramps for like for them to take off bikes or take bikes off of.
Yeah.
So we ended up like we had those already, and I just as soon as I got aboard, I was just like, oh yeah, this is it.
Yeah, so when I first met you, I'm pretty sure it was like that first era of Bams Park.
Probably.
Like the one that was like a street park and was
one
like,
that was like good.
Yeah, the one that was fun.
Yeah.
It had like the best A-frame ever and like that really good pyramid, but then like the weird skinny Euro gap.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember I was going up there with Alex Roman a lot, and I would like that's where I remember meeting you for the first time.
Oh yeah, yeah. Maybe I don't know. Whenever I was there, it was kind of a blur.
Yeah, I feel like that's how it was for a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah.
Then I guess like I stopped going to Westchester for a while and like got into that scene, and then to relate like back to where you and I really connected was in like 2018, 2017, something like that. My son was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. And dude, it was one of those things where like I knew zero about this, like not a clue whatsoever. And we were just like completely lost. Like literally like the doctors were trying to help us out and explain stuff, but we had no clue anything about this thing whatsoever. And Angel out of the blue was like, oh, you should hit up Barba. And dude, we hadn't talked in years at that point. And dude, I definitely have to thank you because like you came through with like so much information that of like not stuff that like a doctor's going to tell you. It's more like, oh no, I'm like a real person living with this, and this is how I can function, and like these are the things that work for me, and this is how your real life is going to be from now on. Mm-hmm. And it was like game changer because like I'm sure the average person knows nothing about it aside from like what you might see on TV or like, oh, you eat shitty and then you wind up like that. And it's like, that's not how it is at all.
Yeah. I just, every time I like tell people I have diabetes or I'm diabetic, they're just like, you're not fat though. And I'm like,
like, that's why.
Thanks. But that's not like, there's two types. My pancreas is just broken.
And it's crazy with like all this research that's been done that like, they still have no idea really why it happens.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember at like a very young age, we would always do those like walk to cure diabetes. And I did it like for like 3 years in a row. And I was like, yo, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What, like I'm walking all this, like what's actually getting done here? I don't know. And that's not to take a jab at whatever, like walk to cure anything.
No, but like, yeah, it's one of those things where it's so frustrating that like that much time has gone by and it's like, it's just this weird thing that randomly happens to people where it's like, oh, all of a sudden your pancreas just stops working and stops producing insulin.
Yeah.
And now it's like, now this is something you're going to deal with for the rest of your life is like monitoring your blood sugar and, you know, knowing these things and how they affect you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very annoying.
Yeah, I'm sure. I can't even imagine, like just seeing this stuff, and especially as like a parent, seeing all the stuff that my kid has gone through as like going through high school and transitioning into being an adult. And it's like, it's so hard to watch that stuff from the outside. So I can't imagine being the person living with it on a regular basis.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to say that you could get used to something like that, but I've had it like I had it since I was 9.
Yeah.
So like it's essentially all I know. Like it would be stranger for me to like live a day without it. Like if there was a cure, I'd be like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Just because it's like I said, it's all I know. Like before I go skating, it's like I have to like prep again. I have to like stretch, make sure I have fucking like juice boxes or fucking whatever, like to make sure I don't like crash out on the session, which has happened before, and it just looks like I'm strung out.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that like I definitely wanted to bring up, just because like I said, the average person doesn't know. But like 2 years ago, my kid had a seizure because his sugar went so low so fast, and when he came out of it, he literally looked like somebody who, was overdosing on the street.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy to think that like you might see people on the street that are like, having a legitimate medical condition, and meanwhile you just write them off as like, oh, this is some junkie that I need to avoid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, I tried to explain it to him of like, dude, you need to have something that like can kind of like identify, like not identify you, but like if somebody tries to help you, at least they know like, that he doesn't get Narcaned or something crazy because he's having like a diabetic, a low or something like that where.
Yeah. That actually happened to me while we were filming for TerraVision. Like I was out with Dan and John DePero, and we were like, I think we were at like this outledge, and then I remember like feeling off, and I have this thing called a Dexcom, and it's like this thing you could put on your arm or leg, and it just reads your blood sugar at all times. It'll like
it's like Bluetooth connected.
Yeah. So it'll like monitor, like it'll alert you if you start to drop, or if it's high. And it had expired like while I was out skating, and I just like didn't pay attention to it. And I was like, it'll be fine. And so like I thought nothing of it. But I was like, I remember feeling out of it a little bit skating the outledge, and then I guess at some point we skated up the street to Shakespeare. I don't remember skating to the street. I like remember being at Shakespeare, but not really, like just kind of like walking around, I guess. I don't know. And then like next thing I know, I'm falling in the middle of like Pennsylvania Ave. And I like am on the ground in the middle of the road. Like, and
you're just skating.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like, but it's very similar to like being like blacked out or on some shit. Like,
right.
Which I used to use that as an excuse all the time. I'd be like, oh no, my blood sugar was low. I wasn't on a ton of pills, and like, it was just my blood sugar, because it looks so similar that like I was able to use that for a long time. But, it's like a lot of the times I like, before the Dexcom was a thing, people didn't know what my seizures were from. Like if I had like, because I would have mini ones here and there, they'd be like, did he take too much of like whatever he was on, or was it like a blood sugar thing? And like I would just come to it, be like, oh, my blood sugar was low, it's cool. So like I to this day don't really know.
Yeah, could have been either one.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of like, at least there is like those bits of technology now where it's like, I feel weird like Big Brother sometimes, where I'm like, shooting him a text of like, hey, I saw your sugar's getting low, like, are you good? When I know he's like working or something, and he's like not necessarily checking his phone all the time. But at the same time, like, it's good to know if he's ever in a position where it's like, all right, he's really bad off. Like, at least I can hit up the people that are with him to be like, hey, can somebody help him? Because clearly some shit's going down.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you actually gave me good perspective on that, because I had my mom and my wife on that like share thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like added them on it because I like, when I got it, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like I could show them my stuff. And it was right after I had a seizure, when around the time me and my now wife started dating, and they like would fucking like just text me, like they're like, you're low, what are you doing? And I'm like, yo, leave me like, I know, I see it, like, but like hearing from your perspective, like kind of put it like, I was like, yeah, that would be kind of like sketchy to be able to see it from the other side, and like yo, are you good?
And we kind of had to check ourselves as he got older of like, we don't say anything until he's like potentially at risk.
Right. Yeah.
You know, where it's like, oh, I can see like the arrows are like trending where it's like, oh, you're going to be really, really bad off in like 5 minutes or 10 minutes.
Mhm.
Like, that's when I'm like, all right, you should, hey, let me just make sure you're okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, just trying to like, it's like that weird parent need to like protect your kid. But at the same time, like, he's 21. Like, I need to be able to give him his space and do his thing. And
For sure. Yeah.
but yeah, I can't imagine like skating and like, I know like I get so wiped out, you know, just skating when it's hot and like dealing with all that. And then like constantly having to worry about like, oh, do I have snacks? I have this. Like,
it's the biggest pain in the ass, especially like when you're out, like if we're like on a trip somewhere and I like don't know where anything, like if I'm in the city, it's fine. But
yeah,
like the last thing I want to do when I'm about to get a clip
yeah, it's have to stop.
go have a goddamn granola bar. It's the last thing I want to do, or like go get a drink somewhere. Like it'll throw me off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there ever a time like that has happened and you're like kind of like in the groove of getting something? You're like, fuck, I'm just over it. I got to stop and take precautions and whatnot.
Yes, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
But like I've just learned to, like I was saying earlier, to just like over prep. Like I'll just pack like, because I'm not going to want to eat, so like I'll just like pack like 4 Gatorades in my bag or something just to have, because then it's like I'm cool with like just chugging a drink and then just keep it moving. It makes it easier to skate to and try to keep doing whatever the hell I'm doing.
Yeah, and you eat pretty healthy anyway, so it's like you're not just going grabbing like some random soda somewhere and chugging it. And...
but there's been times where it's like,
oh, desperate times,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Like if I'm at the art museum and there's like that ice cream truck there, it's like, all right, like I got nothing else I can do. That exact thing has happened there.
Yeah.
Like, but luckily they have like Gatorades and stuff there, so it's like okay.
Yeah, it sucks. It's one of those things that like forces you to be more responsible. And because like, look how many times we've been on trips with people and like they can't find their wallet or a razor blade or the dumb shit you need just to be able to actually skate. Yeah. And you're prepping all that stuff plus the stuff you need to keep you alive during a session.
Yes, yeah. It's annoying, but it's like kind of helped me in like other areas of my life where it's like I try to always over prep for whatever. Not to like a crazy degree, but like enough for me to like be like, okay, I know what I need to do, what I need to get done, and just kind of handle it from there.
It's crazy, you know, like you're like have to be extra adult, like that's real deal stuff. But yeah, a lot of skaters are like, you know, I don't, you know,
grip tape where?
Yeah,
and we were saying like it's one of those things where it's like, oh, if you don't take care of it, it's like, oh, natural consequence for the average person is like, oh, now you got to deal with the consequences. But the consequences for you, it's like, I'm passing out and like I'm totally screwed in a public setting.
Yeah, I mean, I only have had one like gnarly seizure, and that was like I said on my wife's birthday, and I was like, I don't know, I was like newly sober, so I was like trying to lose all my beer weight and like. And I actually did Nick Don Pierre's like, he had like a workout thing.
Mm-hmm.
He was like a personal trainer, and I was like, all right, yeah, sure, I'll try it. And he suggested that I do a 24-hour fast. So I blame that.
Yeah, like how does a diabetic person do a 24-hour fast?
But I mean, honestly though, he was like, look, if your shit's like low, if you're starting to get a low blood sugar, like do something about it. But like my mind, I'm like, no, if I'm trying to get results, I'm not going to keep paying this dude to like try to get me in shape. Like I'm going to go for it if I'm going to do it. So like I would fast for 24 hours, and it was her birthday and we were getting ready to go out to dinner, and she like noticed I was off, and she was like, hey, do you like want something? And I was like, no, I can't eat until we have dinner. And then she just like heard me like I guess started seizing on the couch, and then like came down, like grabbed my head, put me on my side. She said I stopped breathing at one point and was just like blood came out of my mouth. She didn't know why, but it was because I bit my tongue.
Yeah.
And my eyes were open, and she was just like, "Oh, all right, dude just died in my arms on my birthday because he's trying to lose a couple pounds." Like, so, but after that, that's when she was like, "Yeah, you're sharing your Dexcom stuff with me." Like, it was like super traumatic for her.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like being on the other side of it, like you said, like being like I was there. Like we had just eaten dinner and he was totally normal. And was just like, yeah, it's dropping fast. And we got the alert. And then like I heard like he made this weird noise, and then I heard a crash, and he was on the floor in the kitchen having a seizure.
Mm-hmm.
Where it was like it came so out of nowhere, but it was like it's definitely traumatic for the person. It's like it sucks that you don't like. I guess it's probably better that you don't remember any of it, but at the same time, like the people on the other side are like, it's rough.
Yeah, yeah. I woke up from like my first memory from the seizure is like her dad just hysterically laughing at me because I was just like making no sense. And
just delirious.
Like, what is going on? I'm just like, why is everyone like, why are there cops here?
Yeah.
What did I do?
Yeah.
Did Nick Don Pierre show up?
No, he did not show up. I fucking hit him up though, and I was like, "Yo, dude." He's like, "No, I told you."
Did he give you a refund for that month?
No.
0 for 2 with this guy.
Hit him up though. I should hit him up and be like, "Yo, I have long-lasting issues. I got brain damage from doing this."
So, did you guys connect when he was like coming around to BAMS, or did you just meet him like through?
No. It was. I think like it may have been right before COVID.
Oh, okay, so a lot later.
Yeah, it might have been right before COVID or like during, but for some reason I don't think it was during.
Yeah. I just remember we saw him there one time, but I knew he was.
No, I never met him before. It was just like I think it was, like they were just doing like he saw a market for like online,
yeah, the fitness stuff,
and I was like, it was kind of before he got like cooped out, like before he like went fully cooped out, like, and I was like, oh, cool, like at least it's like
before he hit Beeble status.
Yes. And like before he was like a full influencer, like he was like still posting like skate stuff at that point. It was like
I'm not up on my current Nick Don Pierre stuff. I'm gonna go search this now.
Do some deep dive.
Yeah, I don't really know either. But I have to make sure to note that he did tell me to do the shit. So really it was my fault, but that was just his suggestion.
He has 272,000 followers on YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah, what? Like, interesting.
Yeah.
People love fitness.
Yeah.
He's got a story.
Oh.
It's so funny because, like, as a skater, he was always like small.
Yeah. Like small Hessian dude.
Yeah, dude, he kickflipped that thing in like King of Prussia. It's insane.
Nuts.
Did he?
And he kickflipped that thing by the art museum, which is even more
the
insane.
thing that Ricky did, right? He one-upped him, right?
Yes.
He kickflipped it. Yeah,
Yes.
okay, screw this dude. I'm sorry if you guys are friends with him, but yeah, he was like the king of the one-uppers.
Know him at all.
Right? He was like the one-upper dude.
Yeah, because somebody ollied that. Was it Carrie? Ollied that wall in King of Prussia?
Ricky. Oh, no. I thought you were talking about the art museum one. Yeah,
no, the other one, where you like go in the drainage ditch and then back up. His shod frontside flipped it.
Yeah, didn't Carrie like ollie and then kickflip it?
Yeah, I think Carrie ollied it and then Don Pierre kickflipped it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I guess that's another one of those like one-upper moments.
I'm sorry, I'm like obsessed with this now. This is insane, dude. He has like YouTube videos like eating all the donuts with my wife. This is... How did this dude skateboard at one time?
That was the end of
This
his
is crazy.
24-hour fast.
Yeah, I mean, good for him if he's, this is what the hell is this is wild. If you told me like he was on Reel, I always kind of thought that like generation of Reel he was on was very forgettable for the most part. But like to go from that to
to this guy.
I should share this. This is hysterical. My God.
I love when Steve goes down these rabbit holes.
Dude, I forgot that was like even a thing that I did. Like until I started telling the story.
Yeah, this is amazing. Yeah, this is crazy. Share, come on, share. Screen. Nick Don Pierre's YouTube. There we go. Can you guys see that now?
Yeah.
This is like he was pro. He was pro twice. Like Reel gave him a board again. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember.
Yeah, he like went pro for Reel. I don't know if it was like a cool, you're doing good, like you came from a bad place, so like right, because he was like, gotta give him credit with that, right? Like he had addictions and stuff, I think, and was kind of out of it, and then
not
I guess
up
that's
on
where
my
this
Don Pierre history.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't really
I
know.
think it's something like that. Pretty sure. Skating is weird. I'm like totally not a Type A personality, but there are a lot of Type A personalities. Somebody brought this up to me once, and it's like that these dudes are so good because they get so focused on it, and like it also leads to addictions and stuff because it's like I don't know if it's a hyper focus or what, and it goes from this to that, and the weightlifting thing is next because like you can super focus on it and you can see results, so it's like that's like another thing that these dudes get into.
He had a pro shoe on audio, right?
Was he on Circa or audio?
Audio for sure.
Really?
Yeah. Because he had a pro model for sure. Because Mike used to wear it all the time.
Oh my God!
Really, they kind of look the same.
I feel like that he like started doing this to like be able to skate, and then was just like, oh no, I'll just stay in this lane.
Yeah, I'll just get really jacked where I can't skate anymore.
Yeah, and I'll just eat donuts.
I mean, good for him though, dude. Like this is like a much better path than where I believe he was. So this is like,
yeah, like at least it's not just like holding on to like this skate dream that isn't there for everybody.
Donuts with the Don Pierre's podcast, episode 1. How did we meet? This is amazing. I'm gonna have to watch all of these.
Get out of here, dude.
Oh man. Like, oh God, I'm sorry. But it's like there's one here and he has like little sandals on. Like, how do you go from skating to like, I'm going to wear little sandals?
Yeah, like what would early Don Pierre?
I'm done spending an obscene amount of money on tickets.
I'm sorry.
YouTube ads.
Yeah, I probably should, right? I'll get in trouble for that. Bring it back. All right, guys. Leave it to me. It's totally off track.
I can.
Oh man.
So where do we go next? So I guess we reconnected like through when I started working for Terror. You were already on. So how did you wind up getting on Terror?
I was kind of like off skating for a while. I was just like, especially like right after I got sober, I was just like, why am I still doing this? Why am I still like putting myself through this? Like I had like super high expectations that were just not realistic. I like hadn't really skated for a while. So I just started going out with Angel to New York. Like we would go. There was probably like a year straight, like every other weekend, we'd go to New York and just skate with Seb. And they just like we ended up getting footage. We would either bring Tracy out there. That's actually how I met Tracy. We just like brought him to New York with us. And I just ended up getting some footage, and Angel was like, yo, do you just want to like get on, like be on Terror? And at first I was just kind of like, dude, is this like a pity? Like you're the homie who just fucking is like older and you're like going through a major life crisis, fucking trying to not drink and do drugs. Like, here, do you want just free boards? I was like, you don't have to like put me on. I'll take boards though. But he was just like, no, like you have a good amount of footage already, and we might as well like actually do something with this. And both him and Angel and Seb like saw some sort of potential. I don't know. Not that I didn't see it. Like I said, I was off it. I was over it. I was just like, I'm just gonna fucking be that old dude like doing frontside grinds. I'm cool.
But you had been sponsored in the past. It's not like this was like a new concept to you.
Yeah, for sure. But I was just like, again, it was like I've known Angel for so long, and I was just like, if you're just trying to like make me feel better about myself, you don't have to do that. Like, I'm depressed, but I'm not that depressed. I'm like, I'll be okay. So you don't have to like fuck with me and just offer this. But no, he like him and Seb, just like I said, just kept kind of like lighting that fire and was just like, yo, let's go get clips every other weekend. Like we go to New York, meet with him, and then the other weekends just be out in Philly with everyone. And it just like happens like super organically.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, and then that was a couple years ago, and now you had a part in TerrorVision and just had a Thrasher ad.
Yeah, it's still very bizarre to hear that was a thing.
And I'm psyched that like he didn't tell you ahead of time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he
I like those like organic kind of like, oh, by the way, we did this.
Yeah, he surprised me with that. He I guess my wife knew about it, and but I don't know how she knew, because like he asked me to like, or he asked what I was doing that night, and I was like, oh, I'm going to the shop. I had to pick something up. He was like, yeah, stop by. Like, come say what's up to the kids. I was like, all right. And I went over there, and Angel and Meg both were like, Eva, like his daughter, Eva, take him over where you eat. Take him over where you eat. And I was just like, what? Like, why do you keep... Like, I didn't like notice anything on the table. Like, I just walked in, and they're just like two, like I think a 2-year-old and like a 4 or 5-year-old, like just running. Like, they go nuts. Like, just throwing shit all over the place. So it's like a war zone. As soon as I walk in, they're so hyped. But she like walked me over to the table, and the ad was like the magazine was open to the ad, and I was like, what the like I usually try to like
not curse in front of them.
Yeah. And I was just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, he was like, yeah, I didn't know it was going to be in this one. Yeah, I was blown away. Because I had asked him about that photo like a week before. And I was like, yo, are we like doing anything with this? Because the photographer asked me about it, because we had talked about it a few times. And he was just like, nah, you're too late, dickhead. Like, it's too late.
It had already been submitted, and
he's like, the part's out. Like, we're not. What are we gonna be doing with an ad like that? And I was just like, all right, we're not doing anything. So I like hit the photographer up, and I was like, yeah, we're not doing anything with it. Like,
oh wow, so that could have went really bad.
It could have. It could have just.
Yeah, I guess so. Angel didn't even tell the photographer.
Well, oh no, I guess he didn't. No.
Wow.
I mean, luckily, it didn't just like, not that like it would
get leaked get sent somewhere else or whatever.
Or like, that would have sucked. Like, all right, just post it on Instagram, dude. Just they're not doing anything with it. Screw it. Like, I'll post it on my Insta. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but like you said, the trick was already out. Like the video had already come out, so it wasn't like a surprise clip or something. It wouldn't have been that
big of a thing, really.
And Korn's cool.
Yeah, really cool. He actually texted me yesterday and was like saying he still hasn't like gotten a copy, like a copy of the mag himself. It's his first time in Thrasher too.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, super hyped on it.
Angel, you gotta do that, man. Angel's blowing it. But
But
corn is
also
his
mad.
copy of the magazine. Come on, Angel. What is this?
But also, to his credit, and I try not to do this a lot. I don't have Korn's phone number. I've only ever talked to him via Instagram, and he didn't know that Korn even reached out to me about it. So like, it was just everything was kind of up in the air. Nobody really knew anything. But I was just like, all right, whatever. We're just not doing anything with it.
Wow.
But he had
So that's
actually,
gonna be pretty cool.
yeah, he was doing that. He was biking from New York to Florida,
Yeah.
and he hit me up and was like, "Yo, do you want to shoot anything while I'm like in Philly, coming from New York?" And I took him there, and then I took him to a couple other spots.
Oh, so he shot your photo while he was gumming from New York to Florida.
Yeah,
That's sick.
yeah, it was really cool. He stayed a night at my apartment. But like the first time I saw him, I just showed him that hubba, and I just met him there, and then he just followed me. I was like, "Do you want a ride to my apartment?" He's like, "No, yeah, I'll just bike." And he biked it. I was like, "Dude, I have room in my car for your bike. Like, you can just not." I'm sure this is out of your way to Florida.
Yeah.
Now he's also like, for people who don't, he's deaf too, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, so that's what he was.
Did you know that going in?
So I met him before when I was in New York with Seb. Seb introduced me to him. He like shot a photo of Seb doing a wall ride somewhere, and I was just like, I happened to be there.
I met him with Kai. I mean, Kai's been gone for 10 years, so probably, 15 years ago.
Yeah, he's been around for a long time.
It's sick. He's still doing it, like taking photos, and like yeah, it's actually pretty cool because he has been around forever.
Yeah,
so that's cool. He enjoys doing that.
Yeah, it's sketchy that like where he was at to shoot that photo too. He almost got hit by a car like twice because he was like standing on the other side of a parked car, and I just like heard him make a noise like while I was like doing the trick, and he was just like he just went like this, and like it hit like his shoulder, or his shirt. It like just because he had to be like in this certain spot, and a couple times he almost got smoked.
Wow, and yeah, because he can't. I'm gonna say he probably can't hear the cars.
Yeah, you can hear traffic. Like, and he's focused on like the picture. Like, he's not really like paying attention to peripherals.
Yeah, that's how it is skating with Austin too. It's like we're skating spots and we're trying to like wave when cars are coming, and like if he starts going and all of a sudden a car whips around the corner or something, it's like we're literally running to try and like grab him before he tries a trick. It's like I can't have this kid getting smoked, but he can't hear me if I'm screaming to him.
Yeah,
wow, that's sick. So that must have been really cool. Did you frame it? Is it 2 pages or one? It's 2 pages, right?
No, it's 1 page.
Angel cheaped out.
That was the first thing I said when he surprised me. I'm like, really? Just one?
Well, it's at least in color, right? He wasn't that bad. He put it in color.
Yeah. Yes, he did do color.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's gotta be cool.
Eric's photo needed to be 2 pages. That one was gnarly.
Yeah, for sure.
You and I went and looked at that
Dude,
that ledge at Pulaski where he did the nose bond. It's insane.
It's nuts.
Vern had an ad?
Yeah, dude, where have you been?
I don't have a. Was this his? Don't tell me this was his ad. Where he's like playing air guitar. Was that his ad?
Something like that. It's like him.
I almost hope this was his ad.
It was the one of him. I thought it was the one of him pushing around the corner, right?
Oh wait. That's the video of it. So Mitch, I only have 3 more years to get an ad. 2-page ad in Thrasher. Vern was 50.
Oh, so here's Eric's ad.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that.
So Burns is in this issue. Of course, he's got the old guy cover too.
Yeah, that's amazing. The old guy cover.
Yeah, we don't rate. We're in the back of the magazine.
Hold on one second. You find that. I gotta.
Oh,
I don't know
my
if I ever
God! It is
showed you
2 pages.
It is 2 pages.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Vern got 2. We have to have a talk with Angel right now. This is really messed up. Wow. A pushing. That's pretty crazy, right? They gave him that's like a Gino-esque
Right.
photo there. That's a lot, man. A pushing photo. All right, Mitch, you ready? My 2 seconds of fame. Do you ever even hear of this magazine, Nick? You ever hear of Strength?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I have.
So this is funny. So I'm under Fred Gall. There's me at Flushing. So it's funny. Like I didn't land. It was a 180 nose grind on the tombstone. I didn't land it that day. I think I went back and landed it 4 years later. So
Counts.
I shot it. That's it. That's my highlight of my skate career. But they did a review on our shop video, and I was the only one who had a photo ready to submit. So it was I was like, I have one here actually, at the shop. I gave them for a flyer or something. So it was there, and I was they were they needed it that day, so it was just mine. And but it was funny. I shot that with Bob Shirt Tim, and he only had 3 shots in his camera. He was like, I only have 3 shots. He went with film when we were shooting that, and he was like, oh, I have almost finished roll. So it was I tried 3 times. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm out of film, and I was like, I could do this whenever. I don't really care.
Yeah, pressure was on the photo. Run it.
Yeah, and I remember that came out, and I was like, oh my God, I didn't land that. And then I was like, whatever. And then a couple years later, we were Flushing, and I was like, I should probably land that. I had Jordan 4s later. I remember I was so excited, I'm going to go shoot a photo. I'll put on my Jordan 4s. And yeah, but that's it. That's me with Fred Gall.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I lost this when I moved because this is biblical to me, and I couldn't find it. I went through what the fuck is it, that Look Back Library, and I was like, I know there's this Strength magazine. I had the wrong year. It's 2001, and I was like, I think it's 2000, and I was like, Tim shot the photo, and I didn't think of asking Tim hey Tim, who I talk to all the time, what issue was that, or do you have an extra one? Dude banged me $40 for this.
Yeah.
But there we go. So Nick, don't lose your magazine because they'll bang you later on for it.
I'm not.
I
got a copy on the wall. I got 4 copies. Just
Never know.
I have a feeling that they're going to get lost in just moving shit around. We just moved back to Delaware, so I'm trying to keep everything organized.
But that's cool. I saw it was cool. I saw a post of somebody, and they had 4 of your things on the shelf, all. It was at a skate shop, and they had them in the window. You know what I'm talking about? Did you see that one?
Yeah, it was today.
I think it was today.
Yeah, it was Barnes and Noble.
Yeah.
Yeah, this dude.
That's pretty cool, man. Congratulations on that, because that's really cool.
Yeah, thank you. I'm still how?
I can't believe he gave Vern a 2-page though. No offense to Vern. He's been, in skating forever. Just, just remember that if you have to get him a Christmas present or something, that he only 1-paged you.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, I keep it in the back of my mind for sure.
Yeah. It's in the long list of things we need to complain to Angel about.
Oh yeah,
there we go.
I always got something.
I'm actually gonna yell at him right now.
Yeah, he always gives us material to work with. So
always
why
easy.
did you cheap out and only
you texting him?
Barba, yeah. Barba 1-page. Not cool. There we go. All right. That's right. You got a page. I have a literal. My thing is 1 inch by 1 inch. Strength thought the photo was so bad they gave me a 1 by 1 like little thing to hide this. So,
No, it's cool. You can still frame that. You
jokes
can,
on me.
like a mini, like
Get a mini frame.
Mini is definitely definitely microscope, magnifying glass needed for this. Fred Gall's head is bigger, and then there's Dan Pencil. And some guy. Who the hell is this? I don't even know who this is. Something about a
You know
band.
who you share a page with?
Well, I know there's Fred Gall. And Dan Pencil. Yeah. Mine almost looks like I'm like dropping in on the thing. It doesn't even like so bad.
I share a page with either though. I forget. It's like an interview, but I forget who it was.
Oh, your other page?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Can you imagine it was like Techni skateboards?
Damn, deep cuts.
Yeah.
Well, who is it? Mitch, did you have it handy? Who is the other half? I'm like concerned about
It's
this.
the only one I didn't pull out. Hold on.
Oh, you're blowing it too? Nick, I am so sorry. Between Angel and Mitch blowing this is Mitch, I'd have like higher expectations for you to have this ready.
Right here now.
You're like a good dude. Angel's a business owner. He's like corporate America. We could do without him, but you're like the good to his evil. America terror. Yeah.
Oh, Spirit Mother. Some band.
Who?
Spirit
Oh,
Mother.
I won't. Okay. I guess.
I mean, I'll take it over Technique, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. Like, that's cool. Who's behind it? Like, what would have been like one more, like if they bumped it, would it have been Techni? That'd be awesome if it was.
No. Oh, see, if it was one page this way, it would have been Bad Religion. At least that's got some history.
I've heard of them. Who got Bad Religion? Did Techni get Bad Religion?
A Kevin Kowalski Tactics ad.
Oh.
Damn, Tactics.
They're still around?
Yeah.
Wow.
Get your Shake Junk collab there.
There we go. Man, I'm so out of the loop with that. Do you get the subscriptions? Mitch?
Do you think people?
Do you have a
people
Thrasher
still send
subscription?
No. I just bought these 3 issues because my friends were in them.
Mm-hmm. Man. Yeah, that's
I have too much crap already. I can't be keeping a month magazine every month.
I probably should. I wonder what they cost now.
I'm
sorry. I just totally set us like right off the rails. I apologize. I had to, brag about myself since I wasn't getting enough attention.
And talk shit about Angel as much as possible.
Yeah. Oh, he responded. He just asked if we're doing the episode. I'm going to say no. No.
No, I just
Or
wanted
tell
to
them
know.
yes, and that you have to cut out a whole bunch because all I did was complain about just one ad or one page. Like,
Barba just quit for Techni.
we couldn't keep him on track. He just kept bitching about how cheap you were.
Yeah. Barba just quit for Techni because you're too cheap. And Vern got 6 pages. There we go. Again, no offense to Vern. Well deserved. Been in the industry forever. I have my little Vern card from the abstract video.
Barbara has no idea what that is.
Oh.
He's still too young for us.
Wait, Barbara, have you ever watched the abstract video?
No.
Oh. All right. I'm going to be a pain. I'll send you a link later.
Down. I'll check it out.
R.I.P. Tim Ashiel, but
Yeah, I was gonna say Tim Ashiel part.
Yeah.
Oof.
I've heard about it a ton. Growing up, I remember hearing about it.
But
Philadelphia.
yeah, it's one of those ones that wasn't on YouTube for the longest time either. But now there's like a good version of it up there.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, it's Zeb Snyder. I remember told me all about. He was like, "You got to watch this video. Nobody knows about it. It's the best." Tim Ashiel. And yeah, he was right. Really cool part.
All right, so let's try and get back on track somewhere. So I know you've alluded to it a few times. You definitely had some years of addiction issues and things like that. I don't know how much of that, like, obviously it impacted your skating, but it's kind of affected your life in other ways too. So like, what do you do now with it?
So I actually, it's funny. It's very ironic. I like when I was still drinking, a couple of my friends stopped, and I wasn't just drinking. I was doing pretty much everything aside from like heroin, which I thought like I wore as a badge of honor. Like, I'm not doing heroin, so I'm good. But a couple of my friends got sober, and I just like, yo, you guys are like just like boring. You're whack now. Stop like acting like life is great. Like, it's just, I don't know. I was just like very anti-sobriety, I've always been anti-conforming. Like anything, any group things, I was just like, nah, I'm off it. Like, even like skating, I like to keep it at like a smaller group of people. But I just pushed back with like sobriety so hard that I was just like, this is stupid. Like, seeing like people get sober and then get new teeth and then fucking just get all like, just I felt like it kept getting thrown in my face. Like, this is how you have to live your life. And I was like, no, I don't. And at that time, like, I'd already went to rehab and got out, and I still like really pushed back against it. And eventually I was just like, okay, I got to do something. I'm just like a miserable fuck. Like, I like have to I'm either going to actually do some of the things that I know I need to do, or I'm going to just drink and party again and just be like fine with it. But it got to the point where I was just like, I had enough. My now wife was, we had just started dating, and she was just like, you need therapy, or you need to like start doing like the recovery, like the program shit that like I would always talk shit on. And she threatened to call someone who I was like close with that was doing that, and I told him that I was already doing it, so like I couldn't have her call him. So I was like, fuck, okay, I'll just start doing what I'm supposed to do. And like through me actually doing it, like I started to like be like, okay, I'm like a person again. I'm not like, I found myself just not getting so like pissed off at everything and anything. And around that time, like I always had some like warehouse job, or like I just left a sales job in Westchester, which like I don't know how the fuck I got there. Like I'm not a salesman by any means. Like, especially like I was selling wire, that like I just started in the warehouse, and I knew one of the guys that worked in sales, and they just like got me in there. And it's actually Josh Graham. Do you remember him from Fairman's?
Yeah, he worked at Fairman's.
Yeah, he does sales for that company.
Okay.
And I started in the warehouse, and I had no idea who worked there. And like, we ended up, he helped me get into sales there. But I was just doing that for a while, and a friend of mine started his treatment center out here in Delaware, and asked if I would like be willing to work there. And it's just, like I said, it's very ironic with how much I pushed back against everything I'm now preaching to these like people who are going through it, where I'm just like, everything that they pushed back on, I'm just like, I guarantee you I hated it more. I guarantee you I had every reason as to say like, this is fucking stupid. Like, it's not, like, it's just I don't know. It's like a front people are putting on. So now like I'm doing that full time, and it's like the first job I've ever had that I've liked, that like I thoroughly enjoy doing. It's Redemption Addiction Treatment Center in Wilmington, Delaware.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things where like I've known you as like a sober person for a while now, but it never comes off as like, you know, sometimes like you said, those people that are like newly sober are like shoving it down your throat, and like you've never been that dude. Like, even when we went on that filming trip to Albany, it's like you dipped out at 6 a.m. to go to a meeting and just came back, and it was like, the hell they go? It's like, oh, so you're like just handling business, but like not making it a thing of like, oh, you know, I gotta go here. Everybody's got to wait for me, and like turn it into this thing of like, no, you just handle your shit and don't make it anybody else's.
Yeah. It's like I like try to pride myself on making sure that I'm not the people that I hated in early sobriety, where it's like I try to just like, you want to know about like my experience, I'll tell you. But I'm not going to ever tell you like, yo, don't you fucking smoke weed around me. It's like, actually, I still love the smell of weed. I don't care. Like, I'm fucking drink around, whatever. I don't care. It does not affect me in any way. Like, I'm pretty comfortable with myself like with where I'm at today, to be able to be around whatever and kind of keep it moving.
Yeah, and that's one of the things where, like, obviously, if you know somebody who's like just starting to go through it, and like, yeah, you're not going to be shoving it down their throats of like, oh, well, I'm still out here partying and doing this, but like, I think once you get to that level where it's like you can be on a trip where everybody's smoking weed or doing whatever they're doing, and it's like, oh no, that's not what I do.
Yeah. I just kind of like, I just try to keep my shit. Like, I know what I'm supposed to do. I know where I should and I should not be. I know if like, I get a certain feeling if I've been around something too long. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm off it. I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, not make it weird. Not be like, I don't know. Like,
yeah, just knowing like this isn't for me. It's time to go.
Yeah, just be like, yo, I'm beat. I'm like asleep by 9:30 every night, regardless. So like, it doesn't matter what we're doing. If it's like starts to get to like 10:30, 11, I'm like, oh no, I'm out. It doesn't matter what the hell's going on.
Yeah, but you're the one who's up skating at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah. I actually plan on doing that tomorrow mornings, depending on the snow. But I planned on going to the yard early.
Yeah, you're the person that takes advantage of the other part of the 24/7, not the like, oh, we're going to midnight. It's like, oh no, I'll be there at 6 a.m.
Now you'd be surprised. There's like every time I get there at like 7, I like leave here at 6, get there by 7. There's someone there that's like getting ready to leave every time I go. It's like this dude that works night shift.
That's crazy.
Like, yeah, I got here at 4. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, which
So where is this at?
I'm definitely an early morning skate guy, but not 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Where is this at that you go?
The yard in Ambler.
Oh, is that the indoor park?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then so that works. It's like, what do they have? Like a code you can get in with if you have like a pass or something?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
like, I think it's just monthly passes.
Yeah,
It's
they
cool
had
to give you
one here.
24/7 access.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool. They had that here at forget what it was called. It was in Brooklyn. They had one, and
Was it that Substance
they ended
Park?
up taking. Was it?
Was it that Substance Park?
Yeah, that was it. But I remember like someone I knew had they were like, yeah, you can just come in whenever. And I thought it was cool, but it was such a far drive. It was in the winter. I was like, I don't want to deal with this, but I thought about it. It just sounds cool. You can go whenever. It's great.
Yeah, that's the only pain. It's like an hour and like 10, I think, or hour 15 for me. I'm just like, fuck, that's the only thing that sucks. But like, otherwise, I'm not skating. I'm just like not doing anything.
Well worth it.
Yeah, during the week it's hard. Like, I have the key to that other warehouse spot in the city, and it's cool, but like just getting there on a regular weekday is tough. And then finding anybody to go skate with, because I can't do it anymore. I can't skate by myself. I get too neurotic.
Yeah. See, I'm still.
Yeah, you thrive like that.
Yeah, I'm still good. I no distractions. I'm too
Yeah.
ADD. If I start like seeing too many things happening, I'm just like, what is going on? I've gotten better with it though. Past few years, I've been able to block shit out and it like not just ruin my session. And a lot of that is Matt Wilson's fault too, by the way. Always, for real.
Because he is the biggest
Always
distraction.
fault.
Yeah, I try to leave him out of the shit, but he just be like, "Yo, man, like this, that crack? Do you see that crack? That crack's been getting me." I'm like, "Nah, I didn't. Now I do. Cool."
Yeah.
That's funny because that's one I remember the first time I met him, and it was at a contest, Mitch, that you guys were doing, and he was there, and I was talking to him, and like I remember I saw him and I was like, oh, I have like the same board as you or whatever. And he was just like everything he was saying. I was like, oh, I wish you didn't tell me this. He's like, well, Thunders, and because the way the base plate is, like, it really sucks for slide tricks. And I'm just sitting there like, now this is going to be in my head if I try a no slide and like I don't make it. It's going to be because of the goddamn trucks now. Like, this sucks. Yeah. So he has a unique talent for pointing out things that he shouldn't tell anybody.
But he's right. That's the worst part. He's right about everything he's saying, and I fucking hate it. And I'm like, yo, stop. Don't talk to me about wheelbases. Don't talk to me about anything. You're like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about other stuff, but don't get in my head.
Yeah, don't bring anything up about the board I'm riding or that you're riding. Fucking, like, don't even watch sports. I'll talk football with you. What's up? Like,
Mitch really wants to have him on the podcast.
Yeah, all Matt Wilson all day.
yeah, get a mayor episode going.
There we go.
We'll review his part.
Are you going to be in his upcoming video?
He said I had something in there. I don't know what it is though. I have no idea.
So was he like secretly poaching you?
Can
Can you imagine you had a full part like of him like finding out where you were and like hiding in the bushes and like, all right, got that.
God.
Well, that'd be amazing.
Would you be surprised?
No.
No.
Well, I'd be surprised if he's doing that for me, but like for him to do that act, no, I wouldn't be surprised. He'd just be like, oh, like,
got the video done.
Yeah.
Man.
Him and Angel are fighting for King of 7th Street.
Yeah.
My vote's with Matt Wilson right now because Matt Wilson would have given you a 2-page ad.
For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. Angel's definitely not getting that. Once after I told him you were on Techni, he stopped messaging back.
It's brokenhearted.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. My God. Who buys those boards? Like, do you think
they
anybody
still
buys
exist?
Techni boards?
I didn't even, I mean, has anyone seen him in a shop?
Like I said, I didn't even know that was still a company.
No.
Now Steve's got a deep dive again.
Sorry. Fuck my keyboard.
Like, what's Chris Markovich up to?
Right.
Let's see. Oh, they have a Chrome series that's available now.
Oh, all right, P. Rock.
I can't even read them. Markovich's with a... Wow, these are bad. Oh, all products. All right, let's see.
All products. Can't wait.
Well, they have Devin Bagnoli, and this... Oh, my God.
Who?
Can you imagine, like, I finally went pro, dude. Here's my graphic. Oh, my God. And I'm all for, like, Devils.
And I'm waiting for the comments of, put some respect on Devin Bagnoli's name.
That's it. He rides, he's flow for Etnies. He's sick. Oh, my God.
Graphic. That thing's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, sick, a gun
So,
t-shirt.
Nick, off topic while we're at the end of this thing, what size board do you ride?
8
What's your setup like? Yeah.
8.25. I've been riding slappy trucks, and
Do they lose? Do you have the inverted kingpin ones?
So I had those, and
They loosen up, right?
The ones I had didn't loosen up.
Oh.
Or maybe they just didn't loosen up as bad as my indies did, because I had the inverted indie kingpins, and those were like immediately like super loose.
Yeah, the inverted kingpins usually don't work.
I got the newer, like I think they're called like the low pro ones. They're just like a hair lower, but I think it's just like the same height as a Thunder, which is not like it's just significantly lower than like their standard truck. But I love them. Then any X Formula wheel.
What size wheel?
I've been bouncing around between like 52, 54.
I admire that, man. Mitch, you ride like vert wheels too, right? You have 54s?
I put 54s on recently, and I'm loving them.
Yeah.
I can't. I guess I'm too frail. I can't like pop if I had bigger wheels. I give you guys credit for that because you can skate a lot more stuff with bigger wheels.
And that's what I'm seeing. I like don't feel as crazy skating certain spots with a slightly bigger wheel.
I'll have to get you guys. They have multicolored ones if you want them. I can get you these in 54s. The Greek chains.
The Greek chains.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nick's on a bones thing. He can't.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome! So wait, which act do you ride? X99s?
So that's the other thing too. I
I love those.
I tried 95s recently, and I thought that was kind of crazy to do, but I have been really liking them. Typically, I go 97 though.
Okay, so the 95s, did it take you a second to get used to the sound or lack of?
No, not the sound so much. More so just like it grabbing on certain tricks that like I was not expecting it to grab on. Like, I don't know, just like backsmiths, crooks. Like it just felt like it wasn't. I don't know. It also like depends on what I'm skating. Like if I'm skating like at the yard, skating that wooden ledge, like nothing's really gonna work. But like if I'm out in the streets, they feel significantly better.
Because my friends were big on the dragons, and I remember trying, and I was like, "This feels like a longboard. I can't do it." But it's probably so awesome to like skate and not have to worry about pebbles and rough ground and stuff. So I understand it. Just the sound was like what drove me crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Angel's board. Angel's board is so quiet and weird right now that I can't. Like every time I see him skate, I'm like, I just don't understand.
What does he ride? He has like
I think he's skating dragons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe he's skating X Formula, but I think he's skating dragons.
Not the nano cubics. Angel strikes me as such a nano cubics dude.
Yeah, I feel like when we were in DC, he said he had the dragon wheels.
Yeah, because his board is so quiet and it seems so bouncy.
Yeah.
It's like a little too soft. Where like I feel like the X Formula would be fine, but I can't do it.
Yeah, 97 is my sweet spot.
Yeah, I feel like that's reasonable. It's like close enough to a regular wheel.
Man, I would do 101s if I could all the time. I did love the X99s. I actually really liked them, but they didn't make them small enough for me. But I really like those.
Yeah, I feel like the smallest they go is like 52.
52, yeah. Which I have. I think I have the last set of 50 millimeter bones. They were the STF 99s.
Mm-hmm.
They were those shitty, those CJ Collins wheels with the little naked guy on them. It was the worst graphic. But that was what they had in a 50. It's wheels. It doesn't,
Yeah, who cares?
It doesn't matter. And then you do Swiss, I'm assuming?
I have reds.
See? This is it. All right. So Vern gives Angel all the Swiss. Vern gets 2-page ad.
Yes.
And then he says, "Hey, Nick, here, since I gave Angel all of my Swiss, you can have reds."
Yes. No, actually, I think I got reds from, I think Seb gave them to me. The ones that I'm riding now. I was there and I forget why he just gave me a set. So those are the ones I'm riding right now.
That's my go-to. I think I do have a. Oh, I'm riding shake jump bearings right now. The higher end ones.
Episode got you.
Yeah, I still have them. They were the expensive ones, like the $20 ones. And they were decent. So far, so good. But yeah, I used to always just get reds. And Mikey gave me a set of Swiss. That was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I just have the same bearings forever. Like these I've had for so long.
You do shields off? Do you do all that or just whatever?
Shields off. Yep. I have to. I don't know why. It's just the.
Mitch, do you do shields off?
I usually do shields on for the first couple months, and then eventually I'll just like the feeling will get me, and I'll take them off.
I
was glad
cared.
I had them on. I was glad I had them on when we went to Pulaski because there was salt everywhere, and that shit was all caked in my bearings.
Yep.
Man. Yeah, I never cared. That was like one thing. Like people are totally like shields off, and I'll cry about. Oh, it has to be Allen hardware. All right, Nick, Allen or Phillips?
Oh, Alan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, Angel's really blowing it. Angel strikes me as a Phillips dude. I think he is.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, he is. He gave Nick a 1-page ad. He's definitely Phillips dude.
For sure.
That's so insane. I'm just blown away at this, like the favoritism he has.
Oh yeah, I mean it's clear. It's clear as day. We see it. We all know it.
Yeah,
We know.
Yeah,
We know our place.
yeah. He's not fooling anybody, dude. I'm gonna hit up Techni. I'll send them your
sponsor
ad.
the podcast.
No. But we can move
Wait
Nick
to
on
air
to bigger
this.
and better
Wait
things.
to air this before you send it to them. See what they say, and then
They might even come to us and say like, "Hey, dude, that dude Nick, like we're down."
We'll give him a 2-page.
Yeah, we'll go give him a 4-page. We'll give him a pull-out poster.
right.
Yeah, this is
They still do those.
We'll do it just for you. We'll make it a special.
Yeah. You could get this I can't read it, but the one on the left with the shark with the anchor, you can get those for free.
Done. I'm down.
That would be funny if Angel's like, dude, that was my next line. Why did they steal this? I have to sue them.
Just starting huge beef between Techni and Terror.
That would be amazing. That should happen.
Only one tea brand can survive.
That's it. Oh my gosh. What else is there out there?
I don't know. Can we please stop plugging Techni?
Techni sale, that's it. They're gonna be like, dude, here's our code. You can go to techniskateboards.com and use the code Oh, so this is weird too. All right, I'm gonna drop it after this. But like Chris Markovich is on this, and then he's starting up that other company with Clyde Singleton, 102. Did you guys see that?
No.
I have no idea what you're
But
talking
I think
about.
they're involved. So it's like they were on 101, not together. And yeah, so they're doing like I've seen this like taking old 101 graphics and calling it 102, and I think it's the two of them. So Markovich is double dipping.
That's real weird.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. But they might just be stuck with his boards. I have no idea why they would be stuck with this manatee with a mohawk board smoking a joint. My
You don't know why that's not sold out?
That should be double sold out.
They reprinted it. Sold out again.
My God. Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh.
Man.
We'll hit them up, Barba. Maybe we can negotiate your deal. Maybe they'll give you a pro board before Terror does.
Yeah. We'll get you some Etnies shoes, some Techni boards.
Oh,
Man.
I think we lost him. I thought he froze.
Oh, we did lose him. Where did he go?
Or Angel texted him and was like, cut the cord.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, Angel works for the cable company. He might have had something to do with his internet. Oh, you're back.
I'm sorry.
The Techni sponsorship was short-lived, I guess.
I said,
Yeah, I quit.
Angel heard
That's
we
how I
were
quit.
talking shit,
Hang
so
on.
he cut your internet.
Yeah, he did. We
Yeah,
know he's a
exactly.
Comcast guy, so
All right, well, we can wrap this up.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, please. So
yeah, my bad.
Techni doesn't get any more hits off of us. This is one I'd love to know now. How many people are going to go see the Techni Skateboards website? They're going to be like, "Wow, we had like a huge
How did we
uptick."
get all these hits all of a sudden?
Yeah, we got 8 hits, the most we've ever had.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen it.
Come on, this is sick. Oh, they have an about page. Does Terra have an about page?
I couldn't tell you.
This is the craft of skateboarding.
No, that's more funny. More money, Angel. Like,
Yeah, just whatever Shopify gives us.
you gotta dish that out.
Handcrafted quality. Like, ugh. Wow. It's pretty sick.
These fucking tangents get so ridiculous.
Is he one-footing off of the one tier to the next tier?
What?
Like, what is he doing in the photo? Do you see this?
Oh, they didn't load at first. I didn't know.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, like, is he just,
literally
like-
just a kickflip off that thing down to like the foot drop?
That's not a kickflip. That's
That's
a one-footer.
That's what
He's
it looks
ollieing, dude. That's insane. Wow. That's Angel would have given this dude 2 pages. All right. I'm going to be quiet the rest of the episode.
So, Barb, is there anything else you want to cover while we're on here?
No.
I think this
really
was
know.
fun just to like do something kind of random and just talk about stuff and you know.
Yeah. I'm. There's only a few things in life I can like talk about. It's like skateboarding, hip hop, and how to not fucking kill
Well,
yourself.
I think we covered most of those. So
Anything outside of this, all I got is like Matt Wilson shit and maybe some Angel shit.
I love the little universe that
That's
completes
it. I
us
got
is Angel and Matt Wilson. Yeah.
Yes,
Amazing.
100%.
can't escape Delaware.
Favorite hip-hop album?
Nah, he
Or one, I don't know, a top 5 or something, or when you... I don't like being that, like, name your favorite, whatever, because it always, like...
it's like every time it depends on what mood I'm in. Anything. I love Pusha T. I love, obviously, it's like I hate to say fucking Tupac, but like, come on, Nas, like any. I don't know. I can go on forever with like, but like specific albums, it's like, it's more like just bits and pieces of all these different ones. There was something I was about to say, but I forget what the fuck it was.
Yeah, there's not many, like, it's hard to find an album that, like, front to back, you're like, there's not a track I would skip.
Yeah.
Man. Especially now, right? Do they even make albums anymore?
But even in, like, our era, like, I feel like Liquid Swords is probably mine of, like, one I don't skip a track.
Only
But then,
built for
like-
Cuban links. Yeah. Well, we had it better. We had it really good. Yeah.
100%. You guys
A
did.
lot of good stuff then. I don't know what a Pusher T is, so I have homework tonight. Mitch, do you know who that is?
Yeah.
Should
Yeah, just look up Pusher
Pusher Wheels.
that's?
Pusher Wheels. Yeah.
Oh wait, I almost just lost you guys. That would have been real bad. I've done that one before.
Nah, that would have been
Yeah,
on
cut the
Angel
cord.
too.
Oh, it's a Philadelphia wheel brand.
Yeah, no, but Pusha T is a rapper with an A. There you go.
Oh, there he is. Oh, he's Virginia based. Look at that. That's interesting. All right. Cool. He's a year younger than me. A year older than me. Wow. I'm learning so much.
So he's only got 2 years to
That's
get
why I
a
thought of-
Thrasher 2-page.
Yeah. Well, the joke Angel's going to be like, you know who's got the next ad?
Guest board, Pusha
Pusha
T.
T.
Yes.
And he's pushing. Yeah.
On pusher wheels.
Yeah, come on, Rob, bring it back.
I heard he quit for Techni also.
Pusher Rob did.
It now goes as Pusha.
Yeah.
Pusha Techni.
It's a rebrand.
Oh man.
Yeah, the T.
I'm gonna stop again. Yeah. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I've totally ruined this.
We are all significantly dumber after that conversation.
Yeah. Oh my god. All right. Are we out of here? Did I ruin this enough?
Yeah.
You
We
made
definitely have to put this promo code thing in there.
Oh.
So after talking all this shit to Angel, in honor of Barba coming on, he wants to do 30% off on the website. So if you need boards or whatever, Dead Air 30 as the promo code, and you'll get 30% off your order online. Those boards are pretty much sold out, but there's some selection of sizes left. But then we'll have new.
Oh, and I guess that's it. So, Nick, you said 8 1/4. Are you riding that 14-inch wheelbase board yet? To Matt Wilson on you?
No,
Okay.
not yet. I have one, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm shook to set it up because I just hate setting up something and then being like, I need to like keep. I need it to be consistent. Like, if I set up a board in shorter wheelbase, and then I feel like I'm fucked if I set up like a regular like 14
Yeah, and it's
and
like,
a quarter.
oh, this is
after
cool. And
that.
then Angel's like, bro, I'm out. And it's like, cool, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. I probably love it, but I'm just like, fuck, I don't.
Yeah,
maybe
and
I
they're
don't
harder
want
to get.
love it.
Yeah, sometimes it's ignorance is bliss, right? It's if you don't know, stick with what's normal.
Yeah. That's why I went down to 8 1/4. I used to skate 8 1/2, and it was just like, back then it was like a little bit harder to find 8 1/2. Like now you see them a lot more, but
wow, 8 1/2.
Yeah, it's like two of Steve's board glued together.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a lot of board.
Yeah, that was like I was still skating 8 1/2 up to like when I first got on Terror. Like I was only getting 8 1/2 from.
Were you on when they were Penswood?
And eventually it was just like,
okay,
no, I don't think so. No,
I think you got on in like the very short-lived Control era, where like we were getting boards through them just because of COVID, and then we switched to Generator.
Yep.
Yeah, all boards are Generator, right? That's you got to keep making that point. Generator boards. All right, cool. So that was good. Angel didn't cheap out. He gave an awesome code. Thank you, Angel. That was good. Cool. Anything else?
Yeah, we won't have boards again until like May, so get them while you can.
Mm-hmm. All right. Cool. I guess we're good. Is that
Yeah. But yo, you gotta break out and I gotta break out. World for life.